What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Moms Off the Clock podcast. I'm your host and fellow mama friend, Deirdre Brannick. This podcast is dedicated to the moms who need a break to just talk, laugh, feel encouraged, and to examine what we are collectively facing as mothers, society standards, and exhaustion. You are not alone. It is a pleasure having you all join me in my conversation about motherhood. Welcome to the new moms and welcome back to the OG moms who have been rocking with me since the earlier episodes. I appreciate you and I'm so glad you're here. Okay. But let's go ahead and get started because let's be honest, mom breaks are not that long. Before we get into our episode and topic, I first want to tell you all to please connect with me on our Instagram, Moms Off the Clock Pod. And then our Facebook is just the way it's written on our podcast, Moms Off the Clock. If there are any topics you'd like me to talk about or you want to just feel heard or seen, please give me feedback. Or if you want to give support or donate, or your establishment or business would like to sponsor Moms Off the Clock, please let me know. My email will always be in the description of every episode on YouTube. We're on YouTube. And on all of our listening platforms. So please email me, feel free to connect with me or DM me on our social medias, okay? Also, please remember to write a review on Apple Podcasts or rate the show there or on Spotify. And if you leave a review, I will shout you out on the episode during the announcement portion. All right? It's so good to be back. It's so good not to be stuffy right now. It's so good. It's so good. How y'all feeling? We're talking about our new series, The New You is Waiting. And wow, we are here. We are living. It's great. And I can't wait to get into this. Okay. Also, I know if you guys can see me on YouTube, I have these fly shades. No, glasses. I'll say glasses. Yeah. I'll say glasses. And if you like them, if you want to buy them, I'll put them in the link. Okay. I'll put them in a link also in the description of this episode too. So you can feel fly too. Cause I mean, Mama, I'm feeling good. Okay. I'm feeling really good. I'm ready to get into this because my new me, she's waiting for me and she's just like, honey, come on over because it's amazing here. And I want you all to tell your girl, hey, honey, listen, it's about to be amazing. All right. So let's get into it. Today's episode is episode 54, and this is part one of The New You is Waiting. And this one is called Embracing the Evolution, Navigating Motherhood and Life's Transitions. Okay. So I'm super excited about this. So if you're listening, you know what to do. Clock out and grab your wine, juice, water for the fitness moms, or coffee for the go-to moms, and let's talk motherhood. So, before we even start chatting, we have to say our affirmation of the week. And as always, I'll tell you what I have learned or what I'm still learning through today's episode. And this week's affirmation is I am evolving and it is beautiful. I am evolving and it is beautiful. All right, let's get into it. In this episode, we're going to explore the transformative journey of motherhood and womanhood. Okay, from the anticipation of pregnancy to the joys and challenges of raising children, then navigating your ever evolving roles and identity that come with being a mother and that come with being you. All right, whether you're a new mom or a seasoned mom, because I don't like to say old. Join me today as I dive into this beautiful, complex change and growth as we evolve in motherhood. All right. So, first thing I'm going to get into is that I've changed. All right. I've changed. I've changed. And the beginning of my motherhood journey is not who I am right now. Okay. Right now, confidently speaking, you can't tell me anything about me. I've gone through the rain, I've gone through the fire, I've gone through the hell, I've gone through so much, and you can't stop me. No one can stop me. And I feel confident saying that. And someone listening right now, you're going through hell, you're going through rough waters, you're going through rough life, circumstances and events are coming your way, but nothing's going to shake you, honey, because you know who you are and whose you are. All right. And I just want to encourage you right now to put your hand on your chest and say, nothing's going to shake me. Nothing's going to break me. I know who I am. I know whose I am. I just wanted to start right there because, God is so good. Okay. God is so good. Literally, I have gone through so much. Some of you all have been following me for a couple of years now, and you all have seen what I've been going through. I lost my father in 2017, and I lost my mother last year around Mother's Day. And I said, one day I had this moment. I said, God, I have been crushed. I have been to my lowest point and you have still exalted me. You have still helped me. You have still guided me. And, not having my parents in life, they were, in a way, the people who guided me to make sure my choices were aligned with God's plan, right? And I miss them dearly, dearly, dearly. And sometimes I miss them because I want to tell them that, look, I made it. I made it through, you know? But God is so awesome because as I'm evolving into a new woman, my motherhood journey changes too, right? And I struggled with accepting that a lot. I was like, I cannot change. I have to be me. I have to go back to being who she was because that girl back there, she was a life of the party. She was fun. She was good. She was smaller. She okay, let's be honest here. She was smaller. And then God was like, you know what? You're discrediting the journey. You're discrediting the journey that I've taken you on because look at how you've made it through. And the faster I accepted it, the better. I started to love me. I started to love the new life I had. I started to love the new body I had. I started to get this new courage to be who I am unapologetically, right? I had this new strength. I used to be a people pleaser and then I became a mama. I used to be a people pleaser and then I became a mama. Now I don't care. Now I don't care. Now I lay you out. Okay. I was with that, and don't get me wrong. I check in with God. I got to make sure I do it right. But listen, don't challenge me as a mother. Don't challenge me now as a woman because I know who I am and I know how to speak up for myself and I know how to speak up for my kid. And so that's this evolving, this evolution that is taking place within me and that's taking place within you is showing you who you are destined to be. I was never supposed to be a people pleaser because why? God made me fearfully and wonderfully made. He let me know I am the head and not the tail. But some of us are still lagging in that element of our life. And God is telling me to tell you to come on up. To come on up. Your thinking has to come up higher because you are evolving. The new you is waiting. And that is who God has called you to be. And if you don't allow God to do the change, you're going to stay stuck. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to stay stuck this year. I want to evolve. I want to evolve. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is the faster you accept it, the better it will be. The faster you accept this change and who you are changing to be and the things that have happened in your life, the better because the work can be done and you can go forward and you can build and you can become the person that God is calling you to be. All right. The second thing I'm going to tell you is evolution. It's supposed to happen. We are not supposed to be the same people that we were in 2017 to 2013. And thank God we are not the same. Okay. If you were the same as you were in 2013, think about how stuck and stagnant we would be. I don't know about you, but 18-year-old me could never do what this 28, almost 29-year-old Deirdre can do. And so I just want you to know that evolution is supposed to happen. You're not supposed to say the same person. I know you want to go back to that old pre-body, that pre-mom body. I know that. I know it's hard dealing with the mom bod. It's hard getting the baby weight off. You don't have to, you're preaching to the choir. You're not saying nothing but a word, honey. Listen, it's hard. It's hard, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it. That you can evolve into a beautiful, stronger, wiser, confident, courageous woman that you are, bold and beautiful. Honey, you were bold and beautiful before, baby. You are bold and beautiful now. Some of us start to discredit ourselves and say, well, I packed on weight. You packed on weight, not packed on ugly. Okay, you may have packed on weight, but you did not pack on ugly, honey. The same beautiful woman that was in that size 8 can now fit into that size 14 and still kill the game. Okay, you are who you are now, and that does not discredit you of who you are. That does not discredit you. You are discrediting yourself because you can't fit into that size 8 dress. Honey, get a bigger dress. Stop. Listen, I'm going to say this. Stop holding yourself back from joy and fashion because you can't fit into the old things. If you don't go and get another dress, just get that same dress in a different size. Okay? Stop. You're stealing joy from yourself when you're just sitting there saying, once I lose this 20 pounds, I'm gonna get back in the dress. Honey, if you don't get all of that beautiful meat in that dress, come on now, looking like a smoked pork chop. Come on now. No, I shouldn't say pork chop. That didn't sound good. Looking like a beautiful, wonderful piece of love and joy in a dress. Come on now. Come on, I didn't want to say pork chop because then you say, okay, Deirdre, why you call me a pig? That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying get in that dress and live it up. Okay, stop discrediting yourself and stop stealing joy from yourself because you're not that same size that you used to be. You are beautifully and wonderfully made. I'm even grateful for the evolution that was supposed to happen because it's taught me about myself and how I can overcome things. I can do hard things. I realize through childbirth, and some of you may not have saw in the earlier episodes of this podcast, I talked about the earlier episodes, maybe episode 3 or 4, I talked about my traumatic birth that happened in my life. And when I say traumatic birth that happened in my life, when I gave birth to my baby, shout out to my sweet baby girl. I love you, girl. But when I gave birth to her, it was very traumatic, right? And recovering from that, I thought, God, I don't know how I'm going to recover from that mentally and physically. Here I am living in the answered prayers. Here I am living in the answered prayer. I was praying, and here I am living the same prayer that I said, God, please help me recover from this. And here I am living in that prayer. Some of us don't realize that God is just designing and setting us up to live in the prayers that we pray for, right? I know that I went through something traumatic, and I know someone listening can say, well, why did God have you go through this? Listen, things happen, but my God is still great. And he answered my prayer to recover and to live an abundant life with my kid. And now here I am, finished my master's, working a job field that I enjoy, doing some other things, being an entrepreneur. I'm living these prayers because I've had the confidence to step out, accept that I'm here, accept that I am here, right? And then I said, God, have your way in my life. Let me grow. Give me discernment. Help me find what I need to do. And God did it in that evolution. And I'm not the same woman I was. That woman that I was recovering from the traumatic C-section that I had and then had to go back into the hospital for infection, that woman stood on an ounce of faith. This woman right here that you are looking at or listening to right now, Deirdre Brannick, right here. Hello, how you doing? Listen, I am living a life full of faith. Full of faith. I have gone through so much, yet God is still elevating me. That is what evolution is. Believing God that when the hard times come, we're not supposed to stay the same. We are supposed to be changed. God does that. He comes in and busts our life all up. And then we come out of this molded and made into who he's calling us to be. And so I feel like I'm preaching. Let me get some water because my God on today. My God on today. He's amazing. He's amazing. And I want to get it in your mind that the evolution and where God is taking you from and to is going to be great. It's going to be great. You are an amazing mother. You're doing an amazing job. Hang in there. God is not done yet. Woo, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. How are you feeling today? All right. The third thing is, and this is the last thing, my last talking point today. Evolution shows you how amazing you are. I said it earlier, but you can truly do hard things. You've proved people wrong. You've proved doctors wrong. You've endured and you made it to the finish line. All the negativity and the naysayers and the opinions that tried to be cast upon your life, those people are looking at you now saying, wow, look at her doing it. Look at her living. Those people are now front row to see the blessings of the Lord. Those people are now front row to see how you have elevated and evolved into into a beautiful woman, into a beautiful mother, into a beautiful friend, sister, companion, wife, spouse, all of those things. You are evolving, and the new you is waiting, honey. When you accept it, when you understand that it's supposed to happen, and when you allow evolution to show how amazing you are, that new you is becoming the present you. That new you is becoming the present you. You're stepping into the overflow. You're stepping into the new you and the new woman that God has called you to be. I know that I said that those people have front rows and they're saying, wow, look at her doing it. Look at her living. But most of all, you're going to say, look at me doing it. Look at me living. You are a testimony. You are changed. You are love. You are light. You are supposed to be here in this very moment. You're supposed to be listening to this because maybe you had a hard week and you forgot who you were. But honey, I'm here to wake you up to tell you that you are evolving. If you think that you are not making progress, look at your life right now and see where God has brought you from. See where he has brought you from. If you're saying, well, you know what, I don't feel like I'm really doing the best that I can. Well, honey, 6 months ago, you didn't know what to do. 6 months ago, you couldn't tell your hand from your foot. But look at God. Look at God. Seriously. Some of us thought we were on our last leg, and God was like, nope, here you go. Here's a seat, prop you down, and I'm gonna help you through this. So before you start saying, I'm not going to make it, I'm stuck, I should have, I could have, you are right where you need to be. You are evolving, and you're going to embrace the evolution of who you are becoming. That's what we need to start doing. We need to start embracing the evolution of who we are and who we are becoming. Because God said, faith without work is dead. And we're going to keep putting in work, but we're going to have the faith that I'm evolving and I'm becoming who I need to be. And the last thing I'm going to tell you is it only gets better when you evolve. It only gets better. You don't decrease, honey. You only increase. Your value always goes up, mama. After every circumstance, after every situation, your value, your mentality, your mindset goes up. It never goes down. Even if you feel like I can't get up from this, it goes up. It never comes down. The evolution of you is happening, and you're going to start accepting it. You're going to start accepting it because listen, it's coming, and you're going to get ready for it. You're getting ready for it. Yeah, I feel like some of y'all listening right now, you're feeling really empowered. I'm feeling really empowered just listening to myself, okay? Because God is good, honey. God is good. And the next episode, we're talking about unveiling your inner strength. So you want to be a part of this next episode because part 2, we're going to talk about unveiling that inner strength that God is given you and how you're going to use that to navigate challenges in your life. So, next episode, you want to be there. You don't want to miss out on this, honey. You don't want to miss out on this because this one is just the beginning. I hope you're amped because next Saturday, we're talking about it. We're talking about that inner strength because it's there. It's there. And I'm super excited. All right. As you get ready to clock back in, mama, know that you are doing your best. It is not about being perfect. It's about being what? Progressive. Until next time, mamas, keep your head up. Don't let anyone take away your power and the beautiful parts of you. I will see you soon, and let me go check on my baby. All right. Love you. Bye.